Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. And now time for the nation's sharpest opinion on Super Prime Time on the debate with Arnab. Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing a somewhat changed BJP this time. The atmosphere in Uttar Pradesh is different too. The BJP's loss in Uttar Pradesh has certainly cast aspersions, questions of its immediate future in the context of the upcoming assembly elections in 2027. And this has certainly, to a large extent, humbled the Bharatiya Janata Party, both the central leadership and the leadership in Uttar Pradesh. And this can be seen in the Prime Minister's contemplative mood as he was in Varanasi today. He appears completely conscious about the urgent need to revive the BJP in Uttar Pradesh. He is aware of the flaws in the political strategy of the BJP in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections in Uttar Pradesh. And he knows the significance of losing Uttar Pradesh. And he possibly knows the reasons, ladies and gentlemen. And the reasons could be the Dalit vote, the consolidation of votes of various caste groups, the fact that the Rajput vote, some did not go and it consolidated, maybe the Muslim vote completely consolidated against the BJP. And perhaps it is possible that the BJP had taken large sections of the vote bank for granted, or had come to some kind of a conclusion that there would never be the re-emergence of caste politics in the country. And the BJP had assumed that it has worked in such a way in the last 10 years that it had trumped caste politics with nationalist politics. Now, if you ask me my views on it, I think what the BJP is doing is completely correct. Because caste politics is not a prescription for a Viksit Bharat. Caste politics is not something to be proud about. Caste politics is not something to espouse. Yes, the Congress, the Samajwadi Party, the BSP all do caste politics as part of a political strategy. And there are enough gin drinkers in the national capital who like to comment on caste politics. But let me tell you, viewers, these gin drinkers in Lutyens, Delhi do not realize, they have no idea of the fact that if there's something that will damage the country's politics, it is the re-emergence of caste politics. The BJP, however, realizes that it is caste politics which is back, along with the consolidation of the Dalit vote and the Muslim vote possibly against it. Let me tell you, viewers, even the BJP supporters know it is not easy to win back Uttar Pradesh. Especially because you should have had a Modi upswing in a national election. And the BJP should have been doing better in a national election than it would have done in a state election. But it is both Narendra Modi's politics as well as Yogi Adityanath's career which is now on the line. And Yogi Adityanath knows this. There are all kinds of reports now. Many people say Yogi Adityanath put up proposed 30 to 36 candidates who were not accepted by the central leadership, which is why, the party's strategy went wrong. Whatever the reason, I'm not going to say that that is the one reason, or the fact that the RSS did not go all out. That JP Nadda's interview to a newspaper where he said we don't need the RSS help in winning the election upset the RSS to the point that they did not get as actively involved as they should have. Now, these are various prescriptions. But would the same have applied in Maharashtra, where the party had reverses? Would the same have applied in Rajasthan? Or is it the fact that the RSS was required to be present more actively in certain areas? There is also the other question about whether these NGO collectives, these various caste-based groups work together, and whether the coalition of these caste-based groups was undermined or underplayed by the BJP. And lastly, there is a question of whether the BJP went overconfident. It took Uttar Pradesh for granted. It thought the trouble was in Maharashtra perhaps, or the trouble could have been in Bihar because there was so much media hype about Tejasvi. But they took Uttar Pradesh for granted. Or is it true perhaps that the BJP's channel of messaging has to be reworked? It's not just the BJP's communication about its work in government, its internal communication. Was the Prime Minister, was Amit Shah and others misled about the situation in Bengal? completely misled about the situation in Uttar Pradesh. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever the case, the BJP is back in power in Delhi. And if it has to win the 2029 elections, and yes, I am looking that far, it has to win Uttar Pradesh in 2027.